Hans Wormhat, really quick video talking about censorship and free speech, how it doesn't really exist. And I mean, just ideas like this, very famous statement: to learn who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize. And this is how so much of society works, is through shaming and just unspoken rules like this. You can shut down a whole room. You could just say something like, I don't know, 6 million. Like, if if I was going to go around killing 6 million people, I wouldn't ship them all over the place and put them inside of camps. I probably would just shoot them dead right there. You could just say something like that, and it's going to get such a strong reaction out of people. You aren't even allowed to question certain narratives, and the more taboo, like, why shouldn't you be able to just rationally talk about things? And why shouldn't people be allowed to have their own opinions about things? And it's because they have to reinforce the matrix, if you want to say it like that. It's a societal pressure. How dare you? Responses are there to keep the sheep in line and to, yeah, reinforce the matrix. There's a lot of things that you're not even allowed to think. Thought crimes are a real thing. People just get squished in this world to believe what they're told, to do what they're told, and to not question anything. And even if you see something that's obviously a certain way, you can't talk about that. It's going to be, people are going to get mad and angry at you and yell at you and how dare you. I just got this email a few days ago. Vimeo, hello Hans Wormat. Your video, Civil War is a Masonic Hoax, has been removed for violating our guidelines. Reason, you cannot upload videos that depict or encourage self-harm. Okay, clearly not that. Falsely claim, so they're just falsely claim. There's no discussion. They falsely claim that mass tragedies are hoaxes. You're not allowed to talk about that. How dare you? How often do you say that when you tell people nobody died? People get angry. This is how you can tell the difference between normal people and shills who are trying to reinforce the matrix, so to speak. When Before my wife was even awake, I would talk about this stuff. Nobody dies, I would say. It's just they're trying to pull at your emotions. Nobody's dying. And before my wife really started to believe me, know that I was telling the truth, and see the 33 Orange for herself, her response wasn't, how dare you? Her response was, well, I really hope you're right and that nobody died. That's how normal humans respond. If you start talking about how something's a hoax and somebody starts screeching at you, how dare you? My family has an heirloom blanket that my great grandma knitted herself, and it has the names and dates of the deaths of my great grandfathers who fought and died in the Civil War. These people get so bent out of shape. If you know something is true and some random person you don't know is denying it, is saying, I don't believe you, what's it to you? What's it to you? I just say, well, whatever, I know the truth, so I don't care. It's nothing to me. The fact that they get so angry, it just proves that they're a child that's upset that you know the secret, that you know that it's a bunch of BS. And sure, sometimes they believe it. They know they believe this stuff and they really do get their feelings hurt and they have those reactions, but a lot of times they know it's BS. The people who jump out of the woodworks and say, "Hey, my cousin died in 9/11," 9 times out of 10, that's just some baffo invert who knows this is all fake, and they're just reinforcing the matrix. We have these new YouTube policies. Look at this. This is all coming out very, very quickly. Shut it down. TikTok says it will explicitly ban Holocaust denial and other conspiracy theories denying violent events. They don't want people calling out the psyops as BS. Nobody gets hurt. That is the number one thing that makes people enraged when you say nobody gets hurt in the psyops. They need you to believe that people die in these things. They need you to have that emotional response to them. And I'll just end with this, because the number one way that they keep the sheeple in line is this "how dare you" thing. And I was gonna try to end the clip or end the video with a clip of Howard Stern asks an interviewer who's talking to Jamie Lee Curtis. They say, okay, ask, and the name, Jamie Lee Curtis, all boy names. Of course, Jamie is a dual gender name, but anyways, the interviewer asks Jamie Lee Curtis about Shim's penis, and just the look on Curtis's face goes from like smiley acting and then into the most wicked scowl that they can get, the most "how dare you" look on their face. And I think that Jamie Lee Curtis does say "how dare you," but I'm not 100% sure because I tried to find the video on YouTube. I couldn't find it. I found this Reddit post. Howard Stern asked Jamie Lee Curtis if she has a penis. It's gone for violating YouTube's term of service. It kind of reminds me of like Tila Tequila has this video where Tila Tequila admits to being a tranny. And all I did was I took the little clip where Tila Tequila says that he's a tranny, and I posted it to my channel, and it gets removed for violating terms of service. Like, what? This is a clip of Howard Stern. It's from a Howard Stern show. Why is that violating terms of service? And it's just because you're talking about things that you're not allowed to or you're not allowed to talk about. And yeah, transpocalypse is just a big one. All right, this is it. If you're out there speaking truth, if you're just thinking for yourself and you have a bunch of people coming out of the woodworks saying "how dare you," you're doing a good thing. God bless everybody.